guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new and if you're not, thank you so much for joining me again today. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is going to be a chit chat catch up with me. We're gonna do a little bit of makeup, catch up on what all has been going on lately with me, and yeah, just, you know, grab you a snack, grab you something to drink, and just sit down and relax. We're just gonna catch up. Ooh, long time no talk, y'all. I swear there's two types of people in the world. It's people who make goals and they stick to them, and it's people who make goals and as soon as they make that goal, it was like, why did you do that? Because now it's something else, and now you can't even like stay on track. And I'm definitely the person who, you know, I can meet some goals, but every time I get on here I say I'm back and I'm not going anywhere and da 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 da. And y'all, I just feel like every time I say that, it just takes me longer and longer to come back, because I'm like, I just said I wasn't gonna go anywhere and that I was back for good. And now it's been what? Let's see. The last time I posted an actual YouTube video, not a short, was June 12th. It's been 3 months. It's a change. So anywho, welcome back, y'all, or welcome me back, please, with open arms. But I came to sit down and do this video because I have a lot to catch y'all up on. So much has happened in the last 3 months, and so yeah. Okay, so first off, as y'all can see, this is a different background because I moved, and I moved because I got engaged. Then I turned 28 in July, and I got married. Yeah, y'all, so let me not make it seem like it's sad. It's really not. It's really great. It's just, I just feel bad because so much has happened and y'all have just been out of the loop on it. Well, at least if you're like, I guess on YouTube, you've been out of the loop. Like if you only follow me on this platform, I do have Instagram, TikTok, and I post more on those platforms more often. So definitely go follow me on those platforms so that y'all can, you know, keep up with your girl if you are interested in keeping up with me. But today I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of makeup. It's been a while. I haven't done a makeup video in forever, so bear with me. But I don't know, it's that time of the month. I'm almost through with that time of the month, but I don't know, I want to feel better today. So what way to make yourself feel better than to look better? So we're just gonna do a little bit of makeup and talk. So first off, I know I mentioned that I just that I moved or whatever, so I will be doing kind of like, I don't know if I want to do like a tour, like a tour of, you know, my place or whatever, or if I just want to, you know, kind of just show y'all what I've been doing with the place. Like, I don't know if I want to do like an empty tour. I might throw some little clips in here or there or whatever. But y'all, life has been lifing. Life has really been lifing. But I've been enjoying this new era that I'm in. Like, I don't know if y'all really know my story, but I was in a long-term relationship at a very young age. From the time I was 13 to 19. So most of my younger years I was like in a relationship, and then, you know, I would date a little bit here and there, but not really. Like, I wasn't really into like dating, y'all. I was like, okay, I was content with like being single and just moving at the own beat of my drum, you know. But when I turned 25, I kind of was like, you know what, let me get out there, let me put myself out there a little bit more and that's when I met my now husband. In what year was that? 2022. Yeah, 2022. Yeah, because it's now 2025. It's been so interesting though, y'all. It's been so interesting getting to know myself, because I am different now. I feel like you're definitely not the same person. I feel like when you're, you know, just by yourself versus when you're in like a committed relationship. Not even just like, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, because I did feel like I was a little different in that stage too, but I'm married now, so it's definitely different. But I've really been enjoying it. I really have. I've really been in my bubble, like my whole married life bubble. I really didn't even post that I was engaged. Well, I didn't post that I was engaged. I literally just popped out married, because for me, it wasn't really about the engagement part. For me, it was about, you know, the marriage. Like I've always been somebody who was like, okay, I'm not into wasting time. Are we gonna be together or not? And to each his own. I feel like there are some people who, you know, really enjoy the openness of just like, you know, dating somebody, really not, I guess, tied down. You really don't have to be that committed, or it's not that serious. But for me, I need to know what we're doing, and I need to know quick. But yeah, y'all, like I said, this is definitely a new journey for me. I'm really not sure how much of, like, you know, my marriage I will be like posting on like my platforms and stuff like that, because I've always been somebody where I was like, you know, my social media accounts are for me, not for like my significant other. Like if they want to do social media stuff, they can post on their own. But I feel like a lot of times when we as women start posting our partner, it's like your audience kind of starts to be like, oh, where's so-and-so? Where's your man? It's like, okay, this is my page, you know? Why I don't get it. Like, I thought we was here for me, not for my partner, you know? So, and plus I'm just a really private person. Like I told y'all, I literally didn't even announce my engagement at all. I literally just posted that I was married, and that was it. And I've been, like I told y'all, I was with my partner back in 2025, and I never posted him really. Literally, the last vlog that I just posted was the first time I think I've ever shown him his face on my channel at all. So y'all can kind of see what I mean when I say I don't really, you know, it's not really about your partner. I feel like a lot of times too, when you keep your relationships private and to yourself, it's like, you don't really give people that outside people the space to even have any form of an opinion, a comment, or anything on your situation or what you got going on. I just feel like it's more peaceful that way. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna never, like, you know, show him. He's never gonna speak with y'all. It's just, this is not a couples channel. This will never be a couples channel. If anything, if we ever do decide to do couples content, it'll be created on a separate page. But yeah, y'all, enough of the relationship stuff. Okay, I went ahead and did my eyes and stuff off camera because it's hard for me to talk and do eye makeup. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my face. But you guys, I am 28 years old. I turned 28 in July, and I don't know how I feel about 28 yet. I don't know how I feel about 28 yet. When I look at my demographic here on YouTube, my following is between the ages of, like, most of my following. I'll say 80% of my following is between, I think, the ages of 25 and I think it's at 48 or something like that. So that means most of the people who follow me are either around my age or older than me. If you have some tips or anything coming from, you know, somebody who's around my age or older than me, of like just some stuff that you would want to tell your 28-year-old self, if you could go back and tell yourself anything, like what would it be? And it doesn't have to be anything too personal, because, you know, I do want y'all to comment down below. Or even if you don't want to comment it down below, send me a DM on Instagram, because I really, you know, I love hearing other people's perspective of life or whatever. Especially because I'm newly married. Of course, you know, I talk to my mom. You know, I have women in my life that I talk to that are married, but sometimes you want to get advice from people who really don't, you know you like that. You guys, you know me, but not in the way that, you know, other people do. So I kind of like to get, you know, advice from women. Sometimes when I'm out in public and I'll see a woman and she's married, I'll be like, are you married? And she'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, do you have any advice for me? Like, that was kind of my thing, especially when I first got engaged, because I definitely feel like I, you know a little bit about married life. My mom has been married for 20 years, so I know a little bit about, you know, married life, but I like to get information from people I don't know too. So I know I'm rambling, but let me know down below if you have, you know, any advice for me, any tips, any tricks for a 28-year-old newly married woman. I don't have children yet, so y'all can give me some tips on that too if you have any. But yeah, y'all, 28 so far hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad at all. It's actually been pretty eventful. Like, I feel like a lot of big life changes have happened. 27 going into 28. So yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. I definitely want to, you know, get into doing some more like content creation or whatever on YouTube. If I'm being honest, I feel like YouTube has been very intimidating for me lately. I don't know what it is, I'm telling you. I feel like when you're somebody who started on YouTube like I did, and then you get on like platforms like TikTok and you know, even like Instagram, I feel like a lot of people don't really care for Instagram like that, just because, you know, everybody try to act like they're perfect on Instagram. Whereas, you know, with TikTok, people let their hair down more. On YouTube, I feel like we kind of, you know, let our hair down more here too. But I really do want to get back into producing content here on YouTube. I think I just don't really know from which angle I want to make content. Like, do I still want to stay in the box of doing beauty content? Do I want to try to step into lifestyle, or, you know, I'm not sure. And I feel like that's part of the reason why I haven't been as consistent on here. Like, I really feel like I say the same thing every time I get back on here, of me like trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. And that's always been, you know, kind of my life, of trying to figure out what it is that I really want to do and what I actually enjoy, and, you know, not letting anything get in the way of achieving whatever it is that I want to do. I know my face looks very blush heavy, but I feel like I told you guys, but I'm into underpainting nowadays. So I like to do my bronzing, contouring first, and then I do blush, and then I go in with foundation, just because, you know, it's less layers. I feel like I don't feel like I have on a lot of makeup when I do it this way, because, you know, you really don't. You really only have one layer of makeup on. on your skin. So it just, I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels lighter or something. I did kind of want to talk about one thing. I feel like the year of turning 27, 28-ish, I feel like I really focused on friendships and trying to, you know, show up in a different way for friends and just other people. I feel like when you grow up in a family full of women where, how do I put it? Okay, so my grandma had 2 daughters and 1 son, but she had her 2 daughters when she was, how old was my grandma? 16 and 18. And then she had her son when she turned 40. That's crazy. But my mother and my aunt were very close in age. And so they had friends, but I feel like when you're so close in age with your sibling like that who's the same gender as you, I feel like you tend to lean on them a lot more, you know, for the friendship aspect of life. Even though they're your sibling, you kind of consider them a friend. You know, you do a lot of stuff together. However, my mom had me when she was 24 going on 25. I'm 28. And then my 2 younger siblings are 17 and 19. And so the big age gap kind of made me, I was kind of like an only child in a way, if you understand what I'm saying. And so I'm very big on family. I was very big on siblings. I view my siblings really as like my children in a way, and sometimes that can hinder me, or it hinders me because a lot of times I would sacrifice, you know, things that I wanted to do, you know, being younger, or like, you know, even as an adult, I would sacrifice certain things to make sure that I'm showing up for my siblings. And it's like, girl, those are not your kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to, you know, sacrifice doing things with friends, or, you know, just little stuff like that, doing little things that you want to do, you know, even for yourself, because, you know, a sibling has a game or an event that you are helping with, or, you know, just anything like that. I feel like I've just now gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what, it's time for me to, you know, focus on me, focus on building, you know, genuine friendships, because, you know, I did start to feel like I don't have, you know, any friends. And I do have friends. It's not that I don't, but I don't feel like I held friendship in the way that I should have. I don't think I valued friendship in the way that I should have, because when you grow up seeing women who are like, you know, these are my friends, my family is my friend, you don't really go outside of family looking for, I guess, that type of connection, especially when you're somebody who has, you know, a sister. Even though my sister is younger than me, I still, you know, have like a girly pop that, you know, I talk to about, you know, little stuff. She talks to me and, you know, stuff like that. But I do have a best friend, and I definitely think with her personality and mine, we've definitely had some moments where we've clashed, just, you know, out of the simple fact that, you know, she views friendship one way and I viewed friendship one way. But I feel like, not saying that her way of friendship was the right way, I just think I had a very distorted view of friendship, because I never really saw the women in my family hang out with a lot of their friends. Like, they would be on the phone with their friends, and so I always thought, you know, you talk to your friend on the phone, you know, every now and then y'all catch up, y'all kiki, y'all might hang out every now and then, but I never saw my mom, like, her friends be at her house hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Or like, my mom would be like, you know, I'm gonna go get, you know, food or dinner, whatever, with my friends. I never really saw that. And so I never felt like I was missing that in a friendship. I just didn't know. But recently I've kind of been like, you know, you do need friendship, especially as somebody who's now married. I definitely want to make sure that I'm nurturing the relationships that I have outside of my husband, because it's very easy for women, I feel like, to get so focused in on their relationship, and you just never know. You want to make sure that you always have, you know, relationships outside of your person. Yes, that's your person, but you're an individual as well. And you just want to make sure that you maintain those parts of you that were there before. You know what I'm saying? But so much has just been going on. Like, my best friend had a baby back in February. He's now 7 months, y'all. He's the sweetest little boy ever. OMG. Every time I see him, I'm just like, okay, maybe one won't hurt. But I'm kind of still like, no, I'm still not ready. I'm still not ready to have my own. But he's so adorable. But yeah, I've just really been enjoying, you know, showing up for my friend in, you know, a new way, in different ways. I feel like we show up for each other in very different ways. I didn't do the whole wedding thing in the you know, traditional way where you plan, you know, a wedding and all that stuff a year in advance and all that. I kind of got married a little quick, and so, you know, the plan was for me to get married this year, and then I was gonna plan the whole, you know, actual wedding stuff next year. So with me planning the wedding stuff next year was when I was gonna do all the big stuff. You know, even though I would have already been married, I was still gonna do, like, you know, a bridal shower and, you know, all the little stuff, the bachelorette party and all that stuff. But y'all, my friend ended up surprising me. My friends, actually, her and the other girls who are a part of our friend group, planned me a surprise bridal shower. I'm gonna try to throw some clips in here somewhere so y'all can kind of see. But y'all, when I say that, like, especially being somebody who feels like they're always, you know, helping and doing for others, like, around them, it's so nice when somebody does something for you. I definitely feel like being the oldest sibling, like, and especially the oldest daughter, I feel like your love language is automatically acts of service. Like, when someone does something for you, take something off of your plate, or, you know, just little things. I, you know, try to tell my husband all the time, it's not like big gestures that makes me happy. It be the little stuff. Like, if you take my car to get it washed, like, what? If you put gas in my car, what? If I just finished cooking and I'm sitting down eating and you get up and you start washing the dishes, what? Like, it's just little stuff that just makes a big difference for me. And so yeah, y'all, she planned a surprise bachelorette, a surprise bridal shower. She called it a bridal sprinkle, but it was a bridal shower. It was so sweet and so cute. It was like something blue thing. I can't remember exactly what the sign said. Y'all will see it, but y'all, my favorite color is blue as well. And so it just was so, it was everything. It was everything. I cried. I did cry, because it was just the sweetest thing ever. And I'm just like, yes. And it's not even that you feel like you need relationships so that you can receive things. It's more of, you're just, I don't know, I just think you're appreciative when it's like, okay, me being intentional with my friendships isn't in vain, you know? It's not in vain. It's like, okay, you see me. It's more of that than anything. You see me, you know? But yeah, y'all, that was like, oh my gosh, one of the sweetest things anyone has ever done for me. And this is not the first time that she's done, you know, something like that for me. I think she knows that, like, I'm not gonna do it for myself, and so she just does it. She's the best, I swear. Like, girls And I heard somebody say it. No, this ain't no shade. This is not shade at all. I've heard people say a great man is like a regular girl. Like the way women treat their friends. I feel like that's what women are looking for in a man. Honestly, am I right? I feel like the way girls show up for their friends is honestly what, we look for in a man. Okay guys, I have just been, trying to get used to my new normal of, being 28 and living with a man and friendship and life goals and all the stuff. I'm studying to get my insurance license. I literally was studying to get my insurance license, and then I got engaged and all this stuff started happening, and so I took a break from studying. But I feel like if I say it here, I kind of have to, I'm gonna be held accountable, so yeah, I'm gonna start studying for my insurance license again. So hopefully I can take that test, because I really want to have something that will always be needed under my belt. I feel like people will always need insurance, okay? So why not be an insurance agent? So that's gonna be one of my many hats. I still do makeup. I still do some content stuff. I still do if y'all have never tried Summer Friday's lip balm, it's so good. What was I saying? Oh, I still do, I'm still a digital designer. I still do websites and stuff like that. So, I still have my things that I do, but I want to have something that is like gonna forever be needed. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. What have y'all been up to? I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in so long, and oh my goodness, thank you so much to everybody who follows me on YouTube, who also follows me on Instagram, who commented and said congratulations when I posted about me getting married and stuff. Like, I definitely recognize some of y'all. Like, I definitely am like, okay, this is definitely a subscriber. And so I'm always like, mental note. But thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what kind of lip I want to do, y'all. I'm not going anywhere. I'm really not going anywhere. I really just wanted to sit down and do a video and just talk to y'all a little bit before like I start cranking out these other videos of the different stuff that I've been doing and filming. I didn't want to just start posting apartment or tours and shopping videos and all this vlog footage and stuff that I have without sitting down and kind of updating y'all about what I've been doing and where I've been. So let's do a lip combo though, so we can wrap this up. So for my lip combo, I'm gonna go in with this NK lip pencil in the shade Coffee. And then I'm gonna go on top of that with the same brand lip liner in the shade Cocoa. This one is more of like, this one is like a dark brown, and this one is more of like a burgundy brown. I love a burgundy brown on my skin tone personally, especially because I like a pinky tone lip. And then for the lipstick, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe lipstick in Forev's. It's like a really pretty like nudish pink. Very similar to my actual lip color, but a little more pinky. And then to top that off, I'm gonna use some Ruby Kisses Butter Bomb Gloss. This reminds me a lot of the NYX Butter Glosses. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be like a dupe of. This one is in the shade Baby Doll. It's like a really light pinky shade. But I love the formula. Y'all see how I did all that blush and like it's like not even here anymore. I want some more pink. Then I'm gonna go in with like a lighter pink, just so I'm not like dragging it. I don't wanna go too crazy. So I think I'm gonna go in with this light pink blush. This is by Makeup Revolution. This one's in the shade Nude. I'll just take a little bit of this. The high point on my face, just bring it in a little bit. Makeup for camera, I always tell people makeup for camera is very different for like makeup in person. Okay? But yeah, y'all, this is the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the final look. This is kind of like my go-to, just like, you know, something simple, a little shadow on the eyes, cute little lip, brow, y'all know, blush. Everybody's into blush these days. But I really enjoyed sitting here and just, you know, catching up with y'all. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much, because I definitely sometimes be all over the place, especially when I'm speaking on camera. It's like, I don't know, I still get a little nervous, but I really do miss you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave comments down below about, you know, any advice, tips you have for me being 28, newly married, no children yet. But yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys have to say, and I will be seeing y'all really soon in my next video. Bye y'all.